Crypto Beanie, teaching it with the third video of the day. Now, all these videos are important, but this is also a very important one. And this one is about tariffs and housing and how it might affect the market. So, with everything going on, if you guys don't know, tariffs will lower the cost of wood and stuff like that so that the cost to make a house will be lower. Therefore, in return, the cost of buying a house will be lower. Now, this might be good for a lot of people, but it will fuck a lot of people, and I'll explain to you why, how, and what we should look for and how we can profit off of it. So, as housing prices lower, that also means rent is going to lower, and inflation is also getting lower, which means you can borrow money at a lower rate. This is all well and good, but I don't know about you. I have met so many people who, the way they make money, they're going to get fucking destroyed if housing prices lower. And this is why. There are so many people with commercial real estate, residential real estate, homes that put down, they get their FHA loan, first home buyer loan, put down like 3% on the house because that's all they can afford. Then they rent it out or Airbnb it out and pay off the mortgage every month, right? Now, keep in mind they probably got that house for like 6, 7, 8% interest annually because that's what inflation was. It was higher. And the cost of that house when they bought it, when they secured that loan, was a lot higher. Okay, but this is where they screw themselves, is that they go get a refinance on the house that they just mortgaged, and then they go ahead and put it into another house, and then they just keep doing the same thing, paying off the mortgage every month, profiting a little bit every single month, when in return, every time something breaks in the house, since they're renting it, they have to use the profits from the rent to go ahead and fix that. So they're really not making that much money. And what they're betting on is the overall market continuing to move higher. But if the overall prices of houses drops, which we are already seeing, we're seeing the Dow starting to tank because of this exact reason. Once the prices of homes start lowering, they will have to lower their rent. They'll have to go and try to get a new loan on all of the houses. Some people have like 5 to 10 houses on like credit just from what's it called? Like refinancing and pulling out a home equity line from their previous houses. So they're so far in debt, and it will fuck so many people if housing prices continue to lower. It will fuck so many people, but it will make so many people rich too. Because those who are sitting on the sidelines, that have their houses in cash and that have cash ready to deploy, can scoop up all these houses that are having to be fucking sold for a lower price than what they were bought at by all these people who are over leveraged. And then they're going to be stuck in debt. Either way, it's going to fuck a lot of people, but it's going to make a lot of people rich as hell. Now, I'm not really into real estate on this channel, but this all affects the market because we'll see a huge dump if all of this takes place, especially with more tariffs going into effect next week. It's very important to keep our eyes on the price, because not only will this affect the Dow and the overall stock market, it's also going to affect crypto. So that's why I'm being patient. I'm not rushing into any sort of investments right now, because we could see a lot more pain in the future. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we see a bounce and continue to move higher. But this is just another thing. We could see a massive crash. This could be like another recession almost, coming to dip all the way back down to these previous levels here. Just boom, as people start losing their shit. And then, of course, big money BlackRock will come in and buy all this shit up again because they have so much cash. And then we'll be even more fucked because, not even more fucked, but they'll just slowly increase rent over time, right? So the smart thing to do right now, if you're just a regular person, is hold that cash, wait until interest rates gets lower, wait until people have to sell their shit for a way discounted price because they're so over leveraged, and scoop the hell out of everything you can possibly get when the market is down. Okay, so keep that in mind. Of course, this is not financial advice, simple opinions from a crypto billionaire, and this is more on real estate. But this is extremely important, and we're in a pivotal time right now, very pivotal. The rich are going to get richer, as they always do, and the poor are going to get screwed. The people who don't understand leverage are going to get absolutely screwed right now. So keep that in mind, man. Like, as good as it sounds, there's a give and take to everything. Housing prices lower, it's more affordable for the average consumer. The rent goes lower, blah, 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 blah. But all these people who built up from nothing are going to get fucked. All these people who are leveraged with like 5 to 8 different houses, that they're literally teetering based on rent. Like, if a tenant leaves, they have to replace that tenant right away because they can't afford the mortgage. All those people are going to get screwed. So keep that in mind. There's millions of people out there with that's exactly their investment strategy. I don't know where or why they would choose to do that, like leverage houses, over a long period of time, especially with interest rates being high and inflation continuing to rise, at least in the past. Now that we're seeing inflation lower, it's going to be a very critical point. Of course, this is just what I think. Of course, there's probably many different opinions that you can listen, but I'm looking at it from the consumer/investor point of view, and having cash on the sidelines, waiting for interest rates to drop and scooping up houses once everyone else is getting screwed is going to make a lot of money in the future. How's it going to affect the markets? Of course, you're going to see a dump. If we see a huge dump in the Dow and the Nasdaq and everything, crypto's going to dump pretty hard as well, I would assume, until people come to realize crypto's a completely different asset class and it doesn't really matter if everyone else is getting screwed. That's why I think crypto's here to stay, is because there's so much money to be made, of course, but it's a completely separate asset class that is still stemmed to certain other things like the overall U.S. market, but once it becomes more global, in the reserves we're seeing, once it's more stable, once it's already stable, but once people actually internalize that it's more stable, then they're going to start investing the shit into crypto, like a lot into crypto. So, that's, of course, my opinion, but keep that in mind moving forward into next week. Next week is going to be insane. It's going to be freaking insane. I'm trading Tesla options. I'm also waiting for DOGELON to Mars to dip a little bit more so I can start accumulating that again, because the prices we're seeing now are great. But I do hope next week we start to see a pump, because next week will be pivotal moving into the future. We're on the tipping point in every single market right now. In NASDAQ, in Tesla, in crypto, we're on the tipping point of, if we don't see some support here and a pump again, at least back up to these consolidation highs, we're gonna tank, and it's gonna tank really hard, and people are gonna freak the fuck out. So if you're invested right now, just know it's risky to be in right now. Of course, it's risky to be in at any time, but right now especially, because we're on the tipping point of either this shit's gonna pump or it's gonna dump really, really hard. Now, either way, I'm fine with whatever. I don't give a shit, because I'm trading options. I'm day trading options. So if it tanks like 20% in a day, I just made like 400% on options in a day, betting it's gonna go lower. And all you got to do is wait for confirmation. So for me, it doesn't matter. But for all of you who are, long-term investing and whatnot, if a 10, 20%, 25, 30% move in the markets to the downside will really affect you, then, not financial advice, of course, but you might want to consider, at least for now, taking some profits, bro, because we're in a very critical point. And of course, if it catches support and starts to move higher, you can always reinvest back in. Okay, but that's what I would do if I were fucking around with my retirement or life savings right now. I would be very, very cautious moving into this next week. It is Sunday. So if you're watching this and Monday comes around and you open up your portfolio and it's red, just know it can get a lot more red real fast. So keep that in mind. But if it's green, it can get a lot greener real fast too, depending on how the whole economy reacts on this tariffs. Next week is going to be very, very crazy. But at the end of next week, we should have a clear investment strategy as to, okay, this is going to go up for, moving into April. It's going to continue to go higher, or it's going to continue to dip, and we're going to see almost a recession. So, yeah, if you guys want to connect with me, join the Patreon. Links in the description. Private community, daily alerts. You get access to option trades and other cryptos. Not only DOGELON to Mars, but other good cryptos for long-term hodling and day trading. And yeah, private community with other whales and whatnot. So links in the description. Get started there. But yeah, guys, keep in mind, stay safe, protect your damn assets. There's no need to risk everything at once. There's always going to be another opportunity to make money. It doesn't matter if the market moves higher or lower. All that matters is that you're positioned in to make the most amount of money, because you can bet the market's going to go lower. Just wait for confirmation. And once you see confirmation, that's when you do it. Then you make money. But never be greedy, never hold longer than you think you should. One thing that has helped me, this is not financial advice. One thing that has helped me though is whenever I see my portfolio and I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, I take profits, bro. I take profits because most of the time everyone else is also thinking that and is about to dump. So keep that in mind. If you're looking at your portfolio and you're like, no one's probably looking at their portfolio right now and is thinking that. Which is another reason why it could dip even lower, to put some more fear into the markets. But especially if you're day trading, like if you're going short right now, I'm not going to say anything more. I'll give another update video on Monday. But yeah, stay strong, guys. Be patient and do what's best for you and your portfolio and your family. If you have any questions, email me at mycryptomoves@gmail.com. I'll catch you guys in the next video. CryptoBean69 out.